He's going to move out with some Hellions to cause hell in the base of the Zerg player, of course, as he runs across the map, or I suppose scoots, as it looks like that's exactly what Hellions do versus running. But Ourk, with very good Overlord placement, sees him coming and has already got reinforcements coming to defend this. Now, he does get all of the drones, but there were only 3, so this is actually going to be a little bit of an expensive loss for LzGaMeR when he's already behind. And whoa, we got Corruptors being made. That's ballsy right there. He could be using that for going up against the Thors. Looks like he tried to take out that Queen, didn't quite manage to do so, and this base is up and running once again, clearly with Spawn Larva. If anything, I think LzGaMeR basically just reminded this kid that he had an expansion here. He's like, oh, I can make drones now, and he does exactly that. So if anything, it worked out in this kid's favor, because I don't think he would have had this drone saturation otherwise. No, I don't know. Maybe he would have. I honestly, I don't know this guy Ourk very well, but he's doing pretty good right now. He is keeping ahead of LzGaMeR. He's got a lot more harvesters, and he's up quite a bit in food count. Borderline 2-1. That's scary. So my dog's barking. Don't know why. Probably because I'm not paying attention to him and he's needy. Hey-o, this guy doesn't realize I'm doing a commentary. There you go. Looks like LzGaMeR is getting a command center up and running over here and a barracks, and looks like he's still going off these 3 factories, pumping out the siege tanks. All right, now I know there's a little bit of a lull over here. I can talk about what's going on, and I will once again. And in the meantime, I got some other stuff to talk about. First off, talk to you in a bit. Commentating. Ha! People don't get it, do they? No, Josh is cool. Anyway, so let me get back to what I was talking about, as it looks like actually there is stuff going on, so I can't talk about the other stuff that I want to do. But I'm going to do it anyway. So I wanted to mention that Kaz is getting a shout out because he's the man. Thanks to everybody who responded to my Python help request. I got like 50 PMs in a matter of an hour. So all of you guys who responded, you're awesome. Kaz was the first guy that I could actually get in touch with, though, posting that. Posting. That's not a combination I expected to happen coming out of my mouth, but post that happening, he was the first guy that I could get in touch with. Turns out he was a fan who's been watching for quite a while, and awesome enough for me, luckily enough for me, he's happy to help. So I'm happy to have him aboard. What we're doing is we're working on a script that's basically going to automate all the games that I do, the processing of it anyway. Ooh, look at this Roach Burrow, by the way. Let's point that out. And they're moving around. We'll follow them around as I continue to talk. So now that's important, because now when I do frapsing of games and specifically like 7-game, 8-game, 9-game, best of 9s from GoSuCoaching.com's show match, right? The showdowns. That's huge, because now I can process them all and release them to YouTube much quicker with this new method that we're doing. Basically, it's going to mass record mass process everything. He jumped up on the wall. I saw that. And that's basically going to allow me to get all of the games up within a couple of days, if not the same day. And that's exciting for me, for you, for Starcraft in general, for the furthering of the commentary sport. And once I get all that together, I will spread that to the community one way or another, depending on how far along we get it. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there, because that's huge. That's going to be an awesome thing for me, for you, again, for the community. And I'm looking forward to being able to put out a crap ton of videos to YouTube. Now, of course, I should also mention that I don't know if it's I'm going to mention that I'm going to be switching from live stream to Ustream, assuming I can get it to work on my computer, which currently is not the case. So if anyone happens to know that, let me know. If you're good at that streaming stuff, because I'm not bad at it, but for some reason it just doesn't work on my computer. But that is something that I'm going to be switching to in the near future, because Ustream, honestly, just a lot better than live stream. Can handle a lot larger of a look at that. If he's paying attention, you can see it. I don't know if LzGaMeR noticed. He's probably just looking at the minimap, and he can't see it then. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be huge, as streams tend to crash over 2,000 people, and StarCraft 2 seems to hit that number more and more often. So, ooh, you can see those. So that's gonna hopefully help alleviate those issues. And now it looks like we got the Hellions going out, and they have the igniter upgrade at this point. I know I'm throwing in a lot of information other than commentating, but this is important stuff, I gotta tell you. And let's watch them toast up some drones. Look at this. He's got a couple of kills already. With 4, he's gonna one-shot them every time. I think he actually one-shots them with 3. And wow, getting a lot of drones. Look at him just burn. Oh my goodness, that is unfortunate. They get fried like a barbecue. And he may even get some more over here on the high yield. Yes, a couple of more. Got 3 kills on that one. He's got another 6 on that one. And even some more 7 before they go down. Nicely done. That's nice harassment. Gotta say, LzGaMeR at this point, haven't mentioned it because, you know, we've been talking about all this random stuff. He's getting back in the game. Look at this. Army count. He's only 40 food behind. He was before as well. But he's got a ridiculous mech army. Now, I know a lot of... The other reason I wanted to do this game, not only because it gave me a lot of time to talk about all the exciting things going on in the world of StarCraft, my world, and your world, but everybody says tanks are never used in TV anything, and I want to prove, well, besides TVT, of course, I'd like to prove to you all today that not only are they used, they are useful, and LzGaMeR is going to prove that for us, I believe at this point anyway, as we're seeing a crap ton of tanks. Well, one way or the other, we're going to have proof that if they're good or if they're bad. It looks like at this point he's going to be able to, I love this turret, by the way, so he must have noticed something's going on here, something's a little fishy. 55 roaches just hanging out. By the way, I don't know if this is actually, yeah, I forgot to mention. Roaches got nerfed. Did you guys hear about this? Shut up, dogs. My God, they're loud. I don't know what they're barking at. But anyway, these roaches, right, they now have 2 supply. They occupy 2 supply rather than 1. Now, this is important for a whole bunch of reasons, more than you would think. It's not just that, okay, you need, they take more supply, big deal. What does that mean? You can't make as many units at the 200 count. No, there's more to it than that. For each 4 roaches, you now have to have an overlord to supply them. And rather than using 8 roaches to an overlord, or an overlord being able to supply 8 previously is what I wanted to say. Hey, check it out, broodlords, by the way. Yeah, important stuff. I should keep the production tab up, huh? But, yeah, that is big stuff, because if we think of it that way, not only does it limit... Ooh, it looks like the turret's going to slow that from happening, take it down a bunch over there. Not only does it limit the total amount of units that Zerg can make, it also means that you need to spend a lot more money on overlords in order to just make the same amount of roaches as you used to, which means they cost more at the end of the day. Now, important stuff, but you know what? Let's continue on with this game and stop going through numbers. Looks like LzGaMeR has made some Vikings at this point, and oh, look at this turret. This turret is going to get a kill over here. Look at that. Broodlord's carelessly walking across, or floating across, or I don't know, gliding across. They're kind of like pterodactyls that can actually fly. Pterodactyls cannot fly. I don't know if you didn't know that, but you do now. Looks like these Vikings, though, able to take out a lot of broodlords. That is an expense that the Zerg player did not want to spend. But what is going on over here? We got a lot of roaches moving to an odd area and even burrowing and unburrowing. That was to help regen them if they weren't. Oh, my goodness, we have a drop. This is also something that you do not see that much in StarCraft 2. Why? Well, because there's Nidus canals. But drops, still very effective. I learned an interesting thing today. LzGaMeR was telling me this, actually, that... Or no. Another guy was telling us this, not LzGaMeR. I was with LzGaMeR after the game. Apparently, Nidus canals make noise no matter if you see them or not. And I never knew this, to be honest. I just as a Terran or now Terran player, never used Nidus canals enough. Very effective drop going right out on the factories over here, and he drops some creep. That means that he's got even better mobility because the creep will hang out for a little bit. And these Vikings, of course, useless against these, but the siege tank's going to do quite a bit of damage over here. Looks like he's going to try to take out a couple of siege tanks, but you can see how fast the roaches are going down. My goodness, siege tanks do a lot of damage. He burrows them. That's going to give you a really fast regen. Oh my goodness, you see how fast that regens? And people say that roaches regens are just useless. No, that was ridiculous. And of course, LzGaMeR may not have been paying attention. He may have just said, oh, I killed them all. So he's rebuilding here, as you can see, and it looks like he didn't notice, actually, as he's not scanning or anything, although I don't... Yeah, he's got energy. Oh, lasagna. He's got energy to do it, but he's just not. But if we go back to the food count, we can see that LzGaMeR is actually ahead at this point. Oh, roaches pop up as they see the siege tanks disengage. They're going to try to take down another factory. They may actually get one. This is going to be dangerous for LzGaMeR because he's going to lose quite a bit of production capability and a tank that's building up that matters. Looks like it lifts, but oh, not before it's down to nothing and burns to death. Roach is moving in, but Viking's going to land to take out the rest of the scum of the earth that are roaches. They can survive a nuke, but they can't survive this. Actually, that's not true. All right. You know, I was hoping that would have gone a lot better, that saying, you know, they always say that roaches can survive a nuclear winter or nuclear war. Not in Starcraft 2, they can't. They get killed. But anyway, it looks like LzGaMeR is looking to move out.